Amos.
All right, this is
Start from the top.
okay. This is back in Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of Yahawah by Shem YAHAWASHI are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said Yahawah by Shem YAHAWASHI.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. For lo, I will command, and I will shift the house of Israel among all nations.
Okay, we're going to look up that word sift. Right? We're going to look up that word sift right there. So you got to remember, he said he will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. Okay? So he's going to save a remnant. Okay? Because a remnant is not going to make mockery. They're going to take heed of the word of Yahawah by Shem YAHAWASHI. Okay? Because the scriptures say what? The sheep hear my voice. Okay? So they hear the words of Yahawah by Shem YAHAWASHI.
This is Strong's H 5128. Nuah. It says to quiver,
Yup.
tutor, shake, reel,
Yup.
stagger.
Yup. So the key is what? Shake. That's the key. Is to shake. So sift means to what? Shake. Okay? Any other word in there pertaining to shake? Because that's the key.
Make, move, wave, tremble.
Okay, yeah, that's shake and tremble. To shake.
Cause to totter.
Yup, that's shake. So there you go. So that's what sift means. It means to shake. Okay?
Another one. To be tossed about or around.
So to be tossed about or around. So when you're shaking something, it's being tossed about, around. So go back and read that again in Amos.
All right. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 9. For lo, I will command, and I will shift the house of Israel.
Shake around. Okay? Go ahead.
Among all nations.
So Israel is what? Amongst all nations. So in other words, they've been shaken around, in other words, scattered into all nations. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, like a corn is shifted in a
sheave. That's a sheave.
Okay.
Matter of fact, if you want to Google image a sheave or look up that word sheave, so Jake will get a picture of what a sheave is. So you have an idea of what it is. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just guessing and not knowing. Okay? You use those to shake things, grain around. See that? So go show Jake. That's what a sheave is.
This is it's showing different sizes, different shapes.
And you also can Google ancient sheave, you know, but that's give you an idea of what it looks like. Okay? And you put grain in there. Okay?
Here are some pictures that match.
See? It's the same thing. That's a modern one, what you just showed, but the ancient, it's basically the same thing. You see? See? You just showed the modern one, the up-to-date.
Yeah, this was the ancient.
See, you put grain in it and shake it around. So the analogy that YAHAWASHI is using is he put Jake in the sheave and shook them around, and now they all scattered among all the nations due to what? Slavery. Okay? They was tossed to and fro and went into slavery because they what? Have no knowledge. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
Okay?
Verse 10.
So the least grain fall upon the earth is what? He gonna keep a remnant. Okay? He gonna keep a remnant so the remnant don't get destroyed with violence. Okay? But the rest, they out there. Okay? So that's what that's going into. That's why I had the brother give you an image of what a sheave looks like so you can get an understanding of it. But what was the sheave that caused Jake to be scattered everywhere? Slavery. Slave ship. War. That's what caused Jake to be scattered everywhere. Okay? To prove that, you can get I know I got you holding a lot.
Oh, it's okay.
It might be Zephaniah. It might be Zephaniah. I'm tripping, man. It's Joel, man. I don't know what's wrong with me, man, today, man. You know what I'm saying? It's Joel, man. I don't know what I was thinking of. I don't know why I was thinking about Zephaniah. I don't know. You know, I'm looking at Zephaniah, try to gather it quick. I don't know why I was there, man. I don't know. You know. But okay. You can start at 3. Joel 3 and 3.
Alright. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Verse 4, yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head?
Go ahead.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples by my godly, pleasant things.
Right.
Salakia. Goodly, pleasant things.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecian, that ye might remove them far from their borders.
So that's the sifting. Okay, in the sheaf. Okay, so Israel was moved far from their border, and what is their border? Jerusalem. You see, and then you had the Assyrians take the northern kingdom into captivity. Matter of fact, you want to get second Ezra? Oh, I know you hold the line. if you want to get second Ezra, okay, and we're going to read about how the northern kingdom is 14. What's it like at 13? There it is. Okay, so Israel was sifted through what? Wars and slavery. Okay? So they were scattered all over the place through wars and slavery. Now, this is dealing with the northern kingdom, okay? Which is Ephraim on down to Issachar. And Ephraim was the one who led Israel, the northern kingdom, over to the Americas, which is the land of Osiris, which we about to read, which means another land, okay? And also they call this land Canaan too, okay? They had a lot of Hebrew names. When these Edomites came over, they had a lot of Hebrew names for certain areas when these Edomites came over here. So they found a lot of that, okay? And Issachar, I got records that Issachar, okay, the Aztecs had records of them crossing the Red Sea, which is the Gulf of Akbar, with Moses. So they had records of that, which I got the records, okay? I got books that said, you know, it's documented that the so-called Mexicans, Issachar, had, the Aztecs had records of them crossing the Red Sea with Moses. So go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Osea the king, whom Salmanazar, the king of Assyria.
So when you read 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, it goes into that. And also, when you read the 18th chapter, is history on how, when you read the 18th chapter, his history on how it's history on how the northern kingdom was went to the land of Iran, okay, Persia. They had went to the land of Iran, you know, Persia, okay, the history on that. When you read in the 18th chapter, but 2 Kings, the 18th chapter, when you read on that, reading that is history that the northern kingdom went to Iran too. But the 17th chapter is showing you the beginning of how they was taken out of that, where it shows you part of it, how they was taken out of that land. I ain't gonna say the beginning because it was happening before the 17th chapter in 2 Kings. But it's showing you part of it, how they was removed out of that land, being sifted and taken and moved from far from their borders. Okay, go ahead.
It says, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
Go ahead.
But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
So you got Issachar able to read the heavens, okay, and you got Ephraim, which is the head of the northern kingdom, leading them. Okay, go ahead. The Puerto Ricans leading them. Go ahead.
And I don't know, it just hit my mind, and then you wonder why, you know what I'm saying, when these presidents, you know what I'm saying, or new people that, you know, want to take over office and stuff, when they're trying to get that Latino vote, you always wonder why they always use, you know, Ephraim, you know?
Because Ephraim got heavy influence amongst the Spanish-speaking tribe. Because they the heads. And them elites know that. You know, they studied us, they know. They know we ain't making it up. You know, go ahead.
All right, this and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
because it wasn't nobody over here. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 42, that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
So when they came over here, the northern kingdom was keeping the statute, laws, and commandments, but eventually they fell away. That's why the Most High sent who? The Spanish, starting with who? Cristobal Colon. And he had Hebrew interpreters on his ship because he knew that he was going to encounter what? The 10 tribes. Go ahead.
So verse 43, and they entered into the Euphrates.
Yep.
Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over.
So who was reading those signs? You know, one of the signs is them water was so rough that the Most High, you know, him controlling the elements, he had the water come down to where the 10 tribes could travel through, down through the Horn of Africa and ride them currents over here. And Issachar was reading the heavens saying, look, go this way, because they knew Issachar could do that. And Issachar is great in math. Go ahead. The so-called Mexicans are great in math, man. Go ahead.
This is verse 45. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. And the same region is called Osiris. Verse 46.
So Osiris, when you deal with it, it means another land. So that land that it's talking about is the Americas. Okay? That's the land that it's talking about. Go ahead.
Verse 46. Then dwelt they there until the latter time, and now when they shall begin to come.
And now then, when they shall begin to come. Who? The southern kingdom. Judah them. Because they was going to come over here and what? Slavery. So Israel and the southern kingdom, Judah and the northern kingdom was what? Sifted amongst all nations, man. And now, and another thing, a lot of people don't know about, you're that demon.
Right.
That demon over there, he bugged out.
Ran into a fucking orange-ass yellow sign.
Yeah, he ran into the sign over there. He was shook when he seen it, so he ran into the sign. You know?
Big-ass orange one, too.
Yeah, that's that demon you heard in the background over there. He over there yelling, it's an Edomite, no doubt about it. You know? But a lot of people don't know that when the Spaniards had went down into Mexico, they took a lot of so-called Mexicans over to the Philippines. Okay, they took a whole bunch of so-called Mexicans over to the Philippines. So Issachar over there. The indigenous people of the Philippines are Japhet, but you got Issachar mingled amongst Japhet over there. Okay, that's why when you see a Filipino, he looks similar to a so-called Mexican. You know what I'm saying? You gotta ask. You like, man, where you from?
Right.
You know? He said, oh, I'm Filipino.
Right.
See that?
Right.
Issachar over there too, man. See that? So that's just an example how the Most High shook Israel through slavery and wars, man. And they was removed far from their borders. See that?
Come.
So go back to where we was. That's it on that. So go back to where we were. I think you can finish that off in Joel. Was it some more in Joel? Remove them far from their borders. Matter of fact, read it again for me. Joel 3.
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 3. I'll start up again. It says, and they have cast lots for my people.
Yeah, that was on auction blocks. All right? Israel was on auction blocks. Okay? Being sold. Go ahead.
And have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink.
So you had them Edomites link up with them Arabs and them Africans over there to come against the children of Israel, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Okay? The southern kingdom. And you had them Africans, them Hamites over there go into the interiors of Africa and gather up Israelites to bring them to Esau on the boat. And you had Ishmael, the Arabs, so-called Arabs, Ishmael them selling, gathering Israelites on the gathering Israelites and selling them on the east coast of Africa in Zanzibar. So Israel was being removed far from their borders. Okay? That's what was going on. So go ahead.
It says, verse 4, yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Those are Canaanites. Go ahead.
And all the coasts of Palestine.
Those are people in Palestine right now. Okay? Go ahead.
Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head?
Yeah, because they was trying to get the Most High back. Because we the chosen people. Okay? They were jealous of us. Because we the chosen people, man. We was above them. So since them curses fell on us and we was falling due to our sinful nature and wickedness going against YAHAWASHI, they said, okay, since they're going off, we got them. We're going to get them now. Since the Most High, YAHAWASHI, forsook them, we're going to get them now. Okay? They're an easy target now because the Most High ain't going to help them. They're going off. So we went into slavery according to the movie, according to prophecy. Go ahead.
So verse 5, because ye have taken my silver and my gold.
Yeah, them Arabs got all the gold, man. They got all the gold, man. They stole it. Okay? Them Arabs got it, man. Okay? Go ahead.
And have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
And Esau got it too, but them Arabs got it. Go ahead.
The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians,
So-called white man. Go ahead.
that ye might remove them far from their borders.
Remove them far from their borders. And where's our border? Jerusalem. Okay? So go back to Amos.